It's been far too long. I've dropped the ball, but I'm now picking it back up. Nightwish, let's go. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special rules on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where we learn how the voice works, so consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. So first of all, apologies, I have not kept up with Nightwish at all, but the other day I was scrolling on YouTube and I saw a little short that came up, and it was a video of Marco and Tarja, and they were talking about like the future of Nightwish and if they would do more gigs with them and will they, won't they, and I didn't realise that there was so much going on. So, A, tell me what is going on in the comments because I am really out of the loop, and B, I just want to go back and listen to some Nightwish. So this is another recommendation that was in my For You page. It's the last ride of the day. I believe it is when Marco was still in and Floor, so let's just go and see what we think and have a good time.
Well,
in the Czech Republic.
We have one last whipping to do. The end of this day, the end of this festival, and the end of this show. You guys were the masters of rock. Thank you.
If you listen to her voice there, it sounds really quite hoarse. This is the last gig of the show, she says, so I would be worried about somebody with a voice like this. If they were talking and this kind of gravelly thing was happening, you'd think, oh, I know that it's Floor, so I probably don't have the same reservations, but that's a sign of a tired voice. Or she's just been doing so much harsh vocals that her false vocal folds are just like constantly in play. I don't know, but it's something worth noting.
Now let's make this last ride together. The last ride of the day!
It probably is the second thing because she does it "Love the Day" and had a really textured sound there. So it probably was that she's just been doing a lot of textured vocals and it's just slipping into her speaking voice. Anyway, I love it. The spinny necks out on show. This is classic Nightwish to me.
We live in every moment but this one. Why don't we recognize the faces loving us so? What's God, if not the spark that started life's my love, the stranger, sweet music, sorry, Scott.
Ha ha ha! I like that little end bit there. The texture was starting to creep through. The whole first part of this feels really quite small. It's got a brightness to it and a lightness to it. It's got a lot of staccato, so it's like ba, da, ah, ah, ah. Everything has a little pocket in which to fit. But then she does some really interesting stuff. She puts some offsets, which is the way you finish phrases, into kind of longer phrasing. And then she'll do a little crescendo of volume. So it has all of these lovely kind of magical swells to it. Very good. Again, we've got a lot of this kind of growling coming through just at the beginnings, and then she kind of whips back into that lovely gentle place. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but as we all know, Floor eats easy for breakfast and medium and difficult. She is a powerhouse. There's not much this woman cannot do. So they're singing the same phrasing, they're just an octave apart, so there's just an octave jump between Marco and Floor. It gives a really kind of crowdy kind of feel, like more of a chant than some kind of harmonious, balanced vocal. I think that's kind of on purpose. A lot of Nightwish's music has this kind of folky kind of vibe, even though it's got this real metal element, like it's metal music. It still has that undercurrent, to me anyway, of like it's influenced by folk. It's all tales and poetry and it's very wordy. So I'm not surprised that when they're coming to this point, they're doing it with that kind of vibe in mind, and they're doing it chanty rather than kind of anything more flowery.
It's hard to light a candle, easy to cast that dark inside. The small of the dawn of humanity, last light of the day.
I like that. So Marco jumped up onto the same level as Floor. There's a lot of gravel going on through his voice too. And then that disconnect, that split where he goes, day, and kind of scooped down, and Floor stayed where she was. That gave it that little bit of that movement that it was maybe needed if you're into that sort of thing. Just sustaining it would have been nice too. But I appreciate the fact that they know that they can deviate from that and create a little bit of this push and pull. Very nice.
Last light of the day.
Wow.
Wake up, dead boy, enter adventure.
So first of all, Marco doing that lovely vibrato, but with that texture. Really interesting sound. Very, very nice. I love the playfulness on the stage here. I don't blink and you'll miss it, but when they were talking about the boy dying or whatever, Marco finger gunned Empu and Empu pretended to die. I like that. It's playful, it's whimsy. We enjoy that. There was also a little bit of whispering in there. Now, a whisper is pitchless. It does not have any pitch to it. A lot of people take any quiet singing as whispering, but that's not the case. Whispering is this. So when he was saying his lyrics in as a whisper, all you have to rely on are the articulators, your lips, your tongue, the things that form the words. You don't have any pitch in which to rely on. It's all air. I loved it.
Tricksters, magicians, they'll show you what is careless. Jocklers, snake charmers, fire trail magic of the low world. Blinding day every day into sunset, finding the way back home.
Floor. She can build a vocal like nobody else. She's going from quite a soft spoken singy kind of place into this boomy belt. It's just incredible how seamless she makes it as well. I've said it before, I'll say it every single time I see her. Floor is just a special talent. There's not many voices like hers out there. There we go. There's some of that harmony that I was talking about before. I do love a harmony. I've grown up with being in vocal units and stuff. I love a harmony. It does something to me. That was gorgeous. I loved the little kind of tilts and the kind of staggered notes. It was just so well placed. I also like that when they went into that point, Floor kind of focused her attention onto Marco. They're connecting via their voices, but she's also paying attention to what he's doing so that they're kind of locking in. That's really important, and they're just so good. I kind of like the way that Floor just kind of wanders about and it's like tapping her thigh. There's something really funny to my brain where you hear such like hardcore music, but everyone's being so pleasant. You know? I just like it. It does something to me. So we've got a key change now. We've modulated up the way the space that Floor has to operate up there is smaller, but the sound does not get smaller. She can still project on a much higher range than she does in her kind of lower, more comfortable chest range. She just has a big voice. Again, she's like the queen of anchoring as well. You can see that she really digs in for some of these more intense vocal moments. She's letting the muscle grips of her body take the pressure away from her larynx. So she's not blasting too much effort through her larynx, which would cause your voice to kind of burn out faster. She knows exactly how to ration her voice and to bolster parts when needed. She's so good! I don't know what was going on there. It's like Floor was looking at the camera that Thomas had set up, and he was like, look out there, and she was like, okay, I know what's out there, I'm looking at the camera. Very strange. But then a lot of stuff happens on stage very quickly, and it's hard to communicate when you're in the middle of like doing something together and you can't speak. So I don't know what Thomas was trying to communicate there. He obviously seen someone or something in the crowd that he thought was funny, and he wanted to point it out to Floor. I don't know. But there we are. Now there's that anchoring coming in. See that? Da! She really locked in. It's basically your kind of torso muscles and some of your back muscles. They engage, and it kind of just adds this like underlying support. So if you were to try and make that sound and you were completely relaxed from the neck down, it would be much harder. The sound wouldn't be as consistent or as clear. She really knows how to anchor, and that does something to me. Just watching that power. Oh! Wow. Wow. That was insane. That last bit from Marco there, it sounds loud, but I don't think the actual noise he was making was loud. It just had that grit and that gravel to it. It just gives that idea of like volume, like sounds loud, but it's not really. I mean, that didn't sound loud. I hope you get what I mean. I'm just excited. That was so good. Oh, I have missed Nightwish. I really have missed Nightwish. So, fill me in down below. That sounded wrong. Let me know what's going on with Nightwish down below. What's all this chat about reunions and stuff? And B, or 2, I don't know whether I said A or 1. Anyway, let me know other Nightwish recommendations and we will go and check them out, because it has been too long. Too long. Or solo stuff. I don't know. They've been off doing loads of different stuff. Where's Marco? What's he doing? Show me. Let me know. Let's go. Anyway, if you liked that reaction, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you'll be the first to know. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. I do not know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And, if you hit like and subscribe, then I will come and kiss your face. Consensually, of course. That was a weird head note. I bet I'm going to regret listening to that later. But it is what it is. Anyway, love you. Bye. Be good to one another. Bye.